Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Chase at Rocky Mountain ATV and this is my versus of the VUE from Fox Racing and the Prospect from Scott. All right, everyone, thank you for checking in. Today we have one of my favorite types of videos. This is a versus of the VUE from Fox Racing and the Prospect from Scott, two premium goggles that a lot of the best riders in the world are wearing. And today we're gonna go through and talk about and put them head to head. I've ridden in both these, so I'll give you my feedback and I'll tell you which one I like in certain categories, and I will tell you which one I would choose if I could only choose one at the end of this video. With the VUE, you've got Adam Cianciarulo, Ken Roczen, Tim Geiser. Those are three guys that are wearing this. The Prospect, you've got Jason Anderson, Malcolm Stewart, the whole Pro Circuit race team. A lot of those guys wear the Prospect. So you got a lot of top-level guys that are wearing both of these goggles. So we're going to go through and dissect these to help you make a good decision on which one you feel might be best for you. But remember, too, that we have other versus videos of other premium goggles. So maybe you're checking out the Air Brake, or the Liat 6.5, maybe the Armega. We have versus videos with those as well, so be sure to check those out and subscribe to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel. Now, as far as price point goes, we'll start with that. There is a bit of a difference here with the VUE. You're gonna start at about $140 for their goggle with the roll-off system, and then you drop down to about $120 for just the standard colorways. With the Prospect, you're a little bit less. You start out about $120 for some of the limited edition colorways, and you drop down to about $85 for just the standard colors. So a little bit of a price gap there. Fitment, this is important because to me, and I'll talk more about this at the end of the video, is a big deciding factor with any goggle. And always remember too, we have our fit guarantee. It doesn't matter what goggle you buy. If you don't like how it fits, you can send it back to some brand new unused condition and we will give you free shipping on your first exchange. So if you want to try, change out the VUE for a Prospect or a different goggle, we'll give you free shipping both ways so you can do that so you're totally happy with the goggle that you decide to stick with. Now, as far as the fitment goes, and again, every goggle is going to be different. It totally depends on the rider's face, the shape of your nose. There's a lot of factors here, but here's what I've experienced. I love the fit of the Fox VUE. If you've ever ridden in an Oakley Air Brake, it fits similar to that. And here's why I think that. Because Ken Roczen was an Oakley-sponsored rider before they made the VUE, and they used him to build this goggle. And I'm sure Ken Roczen probably really liked the fit of the Air Brake because the VUE is pretty dang similar. So I like this fit. It does not pinch my nose when I have these on. They've been awesome. With the Prospect, not as good of a fit for me in my opinion. What I get with the Prospect when I put these on is initially it feels fine. But what happens is that when my head is down and I'm looking up, I feel like the goggle, my helmet will start to push the goggle down and I get some pinching over top of my nose. Now remember, that's not going to be the same story for every rider that is out there, but that's been my experience, so take that for what it's worth. But that's why we do have that fit guarantee. So be sure to try these on. Don't ride in them, but try them on. You can put them on with your helmet and see how they fit beforehand. So that's the fit. Now, some other things I would just want to compare real quickly. On the Prospect, you have a 50mm strap. So for the riders that like a big, wide strap, Prospect's going to win in that category because the VUE, has a 45mm strap. And if I had to pick a winner, just saying, for just looks, I love the Prospect. It's always been one of my favorite looking goggles. I think the VUE is good. It's just hard to beat the Prospect. I think no matter what helmet these are in, they always look good, and to me, they just always stand out when you see a rider wearing these. So I love the look of the Prospect. So goggle straps there, they both have triple layer face foam, which is a premium feature. It's going to help with the sweat management. However, something kind of unique with the Prospects is you notice how they have these dimples right here and this outer layer of face foam. That is just to help with the sweat management. So if you're a big sweater and you need this foam to absorb as much as possible, this might be a feature that is a little bit more appealing to you to get better sweat management. But in any case, the foam on both of these is very high quality. They're both very comfortable when you put these on. All right. Field of vision. This is another big aspect when you're trying on different goggles. You obviously want to be able to have the most vision possible. So with these two, I'm going to say they're about even. Riding in both of these, it's really hard to know which one might have the most peripheral vision. And there's a couple things that they've done good with that. With the Prospect, when they designed these, that was one of their big bragging points, is they got a really good, big field of vision. I think they did that well. With the VUE, Also really good, and one thing that they did that they pointed out too is, you notice how the frame of the goggle and the foam, it tapers down as you get to the outside corner here? Well, the closer that you can bring the frame of the goggle to your eyes or to your face, that is going to allow you to see farther out to the side. So they did a great job with both of these, again, of giving you good peripheral vision. So with the frames, with the Fox, it's going to be a little bit different. You do have an Outrigger system on these. If you're not familiar with Outriggers, this is a feature that you're going to typically see on more expensive or premium goggles. And what an Outrigger is designed to do, if you look at both these inside the helmet, the strap, rather than being attached to the frame, is attached to the Outrigger. That way, as it pulls the frame and the goggle tight to your face to give a good seal, it's not pulling the frame away from your face. So it allows you to get a good tight fit, but it keeps a good seal around the rider's face. So that's what Outriggers are designed to do. With the VUE, you notice that both these will come with tear-off posts. The third tear-off post on the VUE is just on the left Outrigger. With the Prospect, looking at it, you're going to notice you have the 2 tear-off posts, or the 4 actually, on a Prospect lens, but you don't have a tear-off post on this Outrigger on the outside. That will come with tear-offs when you buy some. So it's not going to be in the box. You got to buy a set of tear-offs to get that third outpost. So just something to remember there. So don't think they forgot it. You just got to buy some tear-offs. Both of these actually do have a good venting design. I haven't had any issues with the VUE, but you got to point out something that's pretty noticeable is that with the Prospect, it does have a more porous foam on top, so it's going to help get airflow going in there really well. So fogging's a non-issue. Now, if you ride in really dusty conditions, or maybe you're going to the dunes, there is a sand version of this goggle from Scott. You can see I have it on the table here. The foam on top is just more dense, so it's going to be harder for dust and small particles to get through that face foam. If I had to give the slight edge to one of them, I would probably go with the Prospect in that category. So let's talk about lenses here, because this is another big thing. With the VUE, you do have an injection molded lens, so again, it's optically correct, so it's already curved when you put that into the goggle. And with any goggle, obviously you want it to give you good protection for your eyes, and both of these, they do a good job. With the VUE, you have their True Lock system, so it actually, the Outriggers are what holding the lens in the frame, and I'll show you how you would change out the lens on this goggle here in just a moment. And then with the Prospect, you have their lens lock, so you actually have 4 tabs. You've got 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, that when you put the lens into the goggle, it locks it into place. So if you had maybe a rock or a tree branch or something smack you in the goggles, it's gonna keep that lens in place and help protect your eyes. So they both do offer great protection there. Now, as far as a lens changing system, this is where the VUE is going to take the cake easily. I like to change my lens pretty often. If it's not to swap out a lens color, it's just to take it out and clean it for my next ride. So for me, I like a lens that's easy to take out and then put back in. So with the VUE, you have, again, their True Lock system, which is simple. You take these Outriggers and you actually twist the Outriggers off. Those pop off easily, and then once you've done that, you just take the lens, pop it off the post, you can swap out the lens. It's very simple to do. It's not the best lens changing system on the market. I'm going to give that to the Air Brake, which I know it's not in this video, but it is a good system, makes it easy and quick to change the lens. With the Prospect, not so much. You've got that lens lock system, which offers good protection, but I have to admit that sometimes getting a lens into this goggle can be kind of a headache. By the time I'm done, I've smudged up the lens a lot because I've got to move it around to get it to lock in. So it just takes a little bit more work and time to get a lens in and out of the Prospect. Again, it's not a deal breaker, but hey, if we're comparing it side by side, I got to give the win to the VUE in that category. All right, so next up, as far as nose guards go, that is one thing about the VUE. You'll notice that this goggle does not come with a nose guard. With the Prospect, there is a nose guard that will come included. So it's in the box. All the goggles that I pulled out today, the nose guard was not on any of those. I took this nose guard out and I actually put it on the goggles. So you have that option if you do want to rock that or not. Last couple categories real quickly. Just lens options. So with the VUE, you've got a lot of different colored or tinted lens options, and I love the colorways. I'm just going to pause this for a second because of all the goggle colors that have ever come out, I freaking love this clear frame that Fox is doing on some of their goggles. So if you're watching this video soon after it's released and we have some of these frames in stock that have that clear look to it, I freaking love it. It's one of my favorites of all time. But you've got tinted lens options. Here's what's nice about the VUEs though, is that if you don't want a tinted lens, you can buy this goggle with just a clear lens, but there's no extra lens included. If you go with a Prospect and you buy a tinted lens, an extra clear lens will come included in the box. So you get 2 lenses with any Prospect goggle that you buy. And I do want to point out, One lens that Scott does offer is called their light sensitive lens, and that's this one right here in the front. So it looks clear, but I love this lens. I wish every goggle manufacturer had one of these, because when you're riding in it, if it's bright and sunny, it will automatically tint. But then if the sun goes away, or maybe you're going to be doing some night riding, it will go clear again, so you don't have to worry about changing out your lenses. I love it. I use this lens all the time when I ride in Scott goggles. It's probably one of my favorite of all time. So that is definitely a perk in my book when it comes to the Scotts. These both, again, like I mentioned earlier, they will come with a roll-off system. A lot of cool colorways to choose from. Like I said, these are both premium goggles, but it's time to declare a winner in my book. And based off this video, you guys have probably kind of guessed it, I gotta go with the VUE. I like the look of the Prospect more. It's one of my favorite looking goggles, but with the VUE, the fit for me personally is just better. And I like how easy it is to swap out that lens, to interchange the lenses, or just take it out and clean it if I do have to. Aside from that, they're both killer goggles. Again, you've got top level riders that are wearing both of these. So take this information, digest it, and hopefully what I've told you today, in my opinion, will kind of help you decide which one you feel might be best for you. But I want to hear your comments down below. Which one would you choose if you had to choose just one? Do you have one of these goggles? What's been your experience? Do you like it? Do you not like it? We would love to hear your feedback. That's also going to help other riders out that are looking to pick up their next set. To grab yours today and to see all the other killer goggles that we do offer here at Rocky Mountain, it's very simple. Click on the link or head over to RockyMountainATVMC.com. As always, orders over $75 ship free. I said it once, I'll say it again. Get subscribed to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on videos like you saw today. I'm Chase, we'll see you on the trails.